Hello. Finally. I gotta make sure I make it so I can see what's going on. Hello. What's up? Hopefully everything today won't freeze. I rebooted everything. Camera, everything. We will see. We will see. We will see. Oh, hang on here. Oh, there we go. Hello. How is everybody? Got it. I hope you guys' weather isn't like ours because literally we are still freezing and buried in snow. Oh, hey, Shauna, you tell me. Hello, Elizabeth, Chris, Margarita, how are you guys? Dawn, how is everybody today? And did you bring projects and what are they? Hey, Sarah. And I'm going to say Allie. L. Watson. Do I know your actual name? Hello, Danielle and Stacy, Lori. Lori's here. You missed a bunch. Margarita said we were iced in for 2 days, but everything has melted now. Yeah, John's brother said he's in Ohio, and he said they have had really weird ice, snow, ice. Hi, Lee. And Mandy, hello. It's Sunday. Mandy's got a mitten. I love it. Is it thrummed? Did you say you were doing a thrummed mitten, Mandy? Someone did last week. Oh, Alice. Hi, Alice. How are you? Hi, Deb. A beer. Oh, Leah. Is that right, Leah? I love it. Hey, Deb. Deb, I still haven't been to my P.O. box. They're probably there. I'm sorry. Just don't think that because you didn't hear from me, they didn't come. I just haven't made it this week. They're only open a few days a week, a few hours a day, because it's like the smallest post office on the planet. Alice said I'm letting my spins rest and think about what they've done. Thanks, Crystal. It only took me like 2 years. I just kept setting it aside. So, Tracy, Ashley, look at you guys. Evie's here. Erin, hello, how are you? I was just thinking about you today. Okay, Mandy said, no thrums today, but is a fast mitten because I'm holding 3 strands of leftover sock yarn together. I bet that's cool looking. I would like to see how that looks. Stacey said, I can finally see the yard. Oh, my chihuahua won't go potty on ice or snow. She's happy now for grass. Oh, good. Okay, Deb said no worries. I think package was supposed to arrive Saturday. So the best part is Saturdays, they're literally open 1 hour. So I have to really have my life together, and that never happens. Abir said, haven't seen you this week. Hope all is well. Everything's good. I didn't want to tell you guys this. A few weeks ago, maybe a month or maybe even just a little bit more, I started feeling like I had made a bunch of decisions to make other people happy, like one little tiny decision at a time. And this is a downfall of mine. I've done it many times. And I was like, am I actually where I want to be? Is this actually what I want to do? What was all planned for this month? So I'm sort of taking like just a breather to really think about that and figure out what in the world. Because I messed this up. I messed my own life up by doing that. And there is a lot of pressure from outside of me sources to do what people think I should do or what people want me to do. And I cave into it and then I can't get it back under control. And so I'm trying to just take a minute and breather and figure it out. Thank you, Ashley. Okay, so Sorry, I missed a little bit while I was babbling. Jody's working on socks. Hello, Mel's here and Carrie. Crystal said, yes, the never-ending sweater has learned its lesson and is done for you. I mean, it's like a year and a half since the fiber for the yoke showed up at the house, and it got dyed and spun, and then it just sat there. So thanks, Mandy. That would be cool. Mandy said I'll try to remember to post a picture in the Facebook group later. Kim, hi Kim. Kim said, hi everyone. Sorry I missed a few lives. It's okay. We understand, and we all have stuff. Bonnie said hello from, is it Sudbury? Is that close enough? Ontario, Canada. How are you, Bonnie? Leah's making a Rose City roller with 3 DP ends and a 40-inch circular. I'm picturing it. She said, don't ask. Thank you, Saga. I just finished it last night. It's not even blocked yet. But I really like it. And I actually feel like it's not getting true justice right now, but it's okay. The angle isn't great, but it does look like it looks. Elizabeth said, my dog won't go potty if her tushy touches the snow. She's still not happy right now. I'm sorry. Carrie said, always a good idea to regroup and refocus. Yeah, last week, I told you guys I had a chat with Eileen, and she was like, well, what do you actually want to do? And I was literally like, I don't know. I don't ask myself the question, am I doing what I want to do? I ask myself the question, like, the questions of, is this best for these people, this person? Is this what they want me to do? All those things. And it's like so stressful. I don't know why I'm like this either. I kind of know why, but why can't I get better? Ugh. The first thing to do is become aware, right? Thank you. Deb, right? Deb said, love the color combo. Thank you. I like it too. And someone told me when I started it, she was like, that blue doesn't go with those. And I was like, I'm doing it. I don't care what you think. I'm doing it. Hi, Rebecca. She said, hi, everyone. So good to see you and for having this chat session. Hi, Rebecca. Is this your first time, Rebecca? I don't think I know your name. But a few people have come just like once or twice, and then I don't remember till I see it a few times. Thank you. Lori says it's gorgeous. I love the color work. Thanks. This is the same one John has. And his is all hand spun. Thank you, Elizabeth. Kim said, the new job is going well. I have that went too fast. I'm sorry. Hi, Donna. Donna messaged me this week. That was awesome. Dawn said, earlier this week, I spun my first merino bamboo fiber. Isn't it nice? It's so pretty. I actually enjoyed it. I've been spinning for a year and a half. Abir said, you care so much. That's why you feel like that. I totally get it. It's true, but it isn't always good for me, and I really need to work on it. Thanks, Mandy said, I love the blue. Hi, Tyra. Hello, I'm glad I caught you live. Just got back last night from moving my youngest son and his pregnant wife and 3 other grandbaby to Miles City, Montana. Oh my gosh. Are they moving away? Is that what that means? Danielle said, I'm similar. I call it my codependent nature. I really try to police myself to stop it. I am codependent. It is... I own it, and I am aware that what I do is train people to expect me to do what they want. This is probably a bad profession to be in. If you are codependent truly, and I am aware, I think I'm better than I used to be, but I still really mess myself up, and I create this for myself. It's no one's fault but my own. Truly. Kim said, Trish, I always have trouble with boundaries as I'm a people pleaser. Saying no is a hard thing. I've gotten better sometimes. It's so funny too, because sometimes it will cause me to get really mad. There's always that point where someone has pushed you like just a little bit too far and you're just like, ah. Hi, Diane. How are you? Margaret Thomas said, hi, just started on the sleeves of my first top-down sweater. I haven't cast off the body yet. Can someone recommend the best way to do it? It kind of depends on how stretchy you want it to be, but I did a plain bind off on this one because I don't want it to stretch too much out of shape. Margarita said, it's that time of year. Oh, that I want to quit my teaching job. I have convinced myself that being a cashier somewhere would be easier on me. Oh, does this happen every year? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Rebecca said, no, I sent you a question about your dishcloths a long time ago. I like the throw. This one? Thank you. It's leftover sock yarn. Abir said the hardest thing is to say no. It took me a while. It just honestly, it'll start with one little decision and pretty soon it's like an avalanche. I don't know why I'm like this, but I'm trying to work on it. I really mean that. It is a hard thing to change. Tyra said, yes, they moved from Central Oregon to Miles. Oh, that is far too. Very, very hard to leave them all there and for us to come home. I'm so sorry. That must have been really hard. I'm sorry. Big hugs, Tyra, because it is very hard. Oh, hi, Kay. She said, hello, everyone. I'm a little late. Was watching one of your other videos. I guess that's a good reason. Carrie said, I'm really bad at that stuff too. I thought I might start a YouTube channel, but I couldn't deal with things as gracefully as you have. Well, you don't see the times when I get really upset. And I got super mad like 2 weeks ago, and I really let someone have it in comments, and then I hid it so that because I don't know how to say it. It's like I blocked it. Yeah, Deb said the hardest thing is to tell someone you just don't have time. Esme said, I have a scrap sock yarn blankie like that in progress for the last 10 years. It's only a third done. Don't feel bad. There's no timetable on these kinds of things. I think this took 9 or 10 years. Thanks. Rebecca said it's very pretty. I thought it was a quilt. I mean, it works like a quilt because you just sew or knit each square on. Margarita, okay, about her class. Yes, every year around this time, I think it's because I work with 7th and 8th graders. They are very hormonal in the spring. I admire what you do. I feel like that's like one of the hardest time periods to work with kids because they're really changing and they're kind of crazy. And that's not a bad thing I'm not trying to say that in a bad way, but those hormones make them crazy and things are changing for them so fast. Kim said, same, Carrie. I'm not sure I could handle the rejection and negative comments. It's also why I don't date. Kim. The rejection part, I've gotten good about just saying like, well, I'm not for everybody and I'm okay with that. But people are mean and they're bossy and they're constantly telling me how I should have done things, and it's like, sorry, I didn't do things perfect. Make your own channel. Shut up. Stacy said, I'm working on saying no without feeling guilty. It's hard, but I'm getting there. I do feel like if I say no, but I feel guilty, it's better than saying yes. And also, I've had people say, don't apologize for saying no, but I feel better if I say, I'm sorry this isn't going to be good for you, but I have to say no because, and it makes it easier for me, so I do it. Terry said I had to stop doing craft fairs because of the pressure. It does seem like that would be a lot of pressure. Poor Carrie's friends. She said my teacher friends are not okay. Oh, Deb had to do the same thing. Really? So what is the pressure for that? Like trying to make things that people, trying to make what everybody wants? Or Esme said there was a big trend of those mitered square scrap blankets a decade ago with lots of people swapping scraps for them. Yeah, tons of people sent me scraps. Mel said, Margarita, as the mother of an 8th grader, I get it. I love the age too, but it's a lot for them. Deb said, good for you. Good for me that I'm working on it. I'm not really getting anywhere, but I'm trying. Very trying. Hi, Candy. She said, I'll be in and out while Hubs gets ready to go out of state for a work meeting. Yes. Okay, so it's Leah, right? She said, should is a bully word. No shoulding allowed in our house. I wish people would understand that more. I mean, constantly. It is so constant that I get told how I should have done things. Abir said, in knitting news, I just finished the biscotti sweater. Please do post a pic. I'll post the pic knit out of bulky yarn. It went fast. Mel said, Trish, LOL, make your own channel. Shut up. That's basically what I said. I was like, okay, well, it's nice that you know everything that I should have done and you're perfect. You should make your own channel. I'm sure people would really benefit from seeing your perfection. You jerk. It's nobody here. It's nobody regular either. Okay, Margarita said, Melanie, I feel your pain. You guys are cracking me up. I also have a 13-year-old at home. Alice said, Kim, I feel you. I pick up on others' vibes. And the random that comes from YouTube is over. It's so true. And this channel's very small in the scheme of YouTube. But people who have super big channels can handle, like, they can have a team to handle everything. You know what I mean? Oh, Terry making enough of everything. Okay, so that's too much pressure. I can see that would be hard to do. Diane said we need to learn that others' opinions of me are none of my business. I do know that, but it still affects me. Deb said craft shows I did last fall didn't draw many customers. Might be the pandemic. It could be. I think things are weird. Carrie said you could add that to your sayings. Welcome back. I love you. Bye. Shut up and make your own channel. It doesn't matter. People won't do it. Thanks, Candy. I'm very happy with it. I tried it on last night and John was like, it looks so good. Abir said new t-shirt. Yeah. Make your own channel. Shut up. Good morning. I am going to say, please tell me how to pronounce it. That looks like Welsh to me, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Can you give me a phonetics? I don't know. I know if I say what it phonetically looks like to me, it will be wrong. Esme said it's never someone regular on those kind of comments on any channel. I think randoms feel more free to be rude. It's true. The particular person I went off on had left one or two other comments recently, but it wasn't a regular. It was like they had just found the channel, just started watching, and had made a couple of mean comments, and by the third one I was like, okay. I'm super done with this. Oh, Margarita. I can't ask people to do stuff for free, though, and I can't afford to pay anyone yet. Cece said, just got a rigid heddle loom 2 weeks ago, working on a houndstooth scarf. Exciting, which is her third. I love weaving now, want to make dish towels. You got to do it. Kim ordered tags for completed projects. Did you get them on Etsy? I'm so curious. Yes, you. Deb said, I did one craft show in a cold sweat the whole time. Oh, too many people, so I guess not for me. I think it's cool because you can always do online stuff and have less of that. Yes, Abir just said that quote too. I do agree, but I don't. Oh, okay. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, Karen. Okay, Karen. Thank you. Welcome. Sorry. She said, you want us to rough someone up for you? We will, because your family. I think I have been watching too much Yellowstone. No, please don't drive them to the train station. I don't want anybody to rough anybody up. And honestly, I need to stick up for myself. I just don't get it. If you don't like me and you think I do everything wrong, just go watch something else. There are freaking other things to watch. It's ridiculous. Carrie said I've been part of the group where I had duties to fulfill, and there was one member of the group who would often text me with do this or do that when they could just as easily do the thing. Probably in the same amount of time as it took to text you, right? Candy said, wonder how many other channels those types of people do that to. It's probably in their DNA. Maybe. I don't know. Kim said, yes, I did. I only got 10 of them. I know. I appreciate you guys. I don't want anybody to rough anybody up, though. You know, they're probably just as miserable in their real life or own life or whatever. Oh, Abir said I'm sorry. Back in 2017 I did my one and only craft show and sold one hat. It's so hard though with those shows to know if you're in the right like demographic for what you actually have, right? Or what you're selling, or what if you made the right thing for the audience. Okay, Karen said I started weaving some dish towels and worked on it for several hours yesterday, but overdid it. I've done that. My hands were cramping all night. Ice packs and ibuprofen. Oh, I'm sorry. Usually what I notice is that my neck gets sore if I weave for a long time. I think I hold it in a weird way. Maybe my shoulders. I don't know. Yeah, Carrie and I just recently talked. She said it costs nothing to be kind. I don't understand it either. You feel better if you're nice, too. You feel like crap if you're mean. I felt like crap after I told the person to make their own channel and shut up. Aaron said Yellowstone is amazing. I still haven't watched the most. We haven't either. We don't have Paramount. We watched it on Peacock. It's so confusing. Hi Margarita's husband. I don't know your name. Knitty woman. I'm the lady that knits and reads and laughs. Carrie said, I think that art fairs and fiber fests. Wait a minute, I just messed up. Fiber fest do better for me than craft shows. Kathleen said, talking about miserable people gives them power. Just ignore them. I don't have that capability. I wish I did. I work on it. I try to. I don't. It gets to me. Alice said, I had someone call me rude when I commented that I couldn't hear their instruction. I really wanted to know what they were doing. Was I rude? I don't think that's rude at all. Abir said, perfection makes me feel inadequate, and that doesn't help when I'm trying to learn something. Danielle said, completely agree. I think that's also the way you say it. Like if you say, oh, I really wanted to hear what you were saying, but I couldn't quite hear you. It's different than saying like, you should turn your volume up. You know what I mean? It's just different. Oh, Donna, I would love to see that. She said just finished playing Cortez. That's one that she bought. I don't remember if it was BFL. And she said, woohoo, we'll post pics on Facebook soon. Thank you, because I would love to see it. That was one I wanted to keep. Margarita said I would never really rough anyone up, but I would be happy to give them a dirty look for you. Thank you. Stacey said I stopped making things that I think people will buy or want. I just do what I want, and if others like them, that's a bonus. That's how I feel, Stacey. Totally. Candy said it's the way all crafts, though I think hard to judge what's in and will sell and what the hot ticket items are or will be. Yeah, it is. It really is. Esme said they probably had a lot of people telling them that and got defensive. It's not rude to say you can't hear, but others probably were less nice about it and already had their back up. Did they respond rudely to it? Chris said I have the right to remain silent, just not the power. It's true. Hi Jerry, how are you? I'm sorry you're being exposed to this. Just kidding. John watches. Kathleen said block their comments. It will get the point across without you stressing over it. That's what I do. Usually I assume the first one or two could be like tone that's not conveyed in the writing, because some people aren't so good at that. And I get it. And I have had moments where I'm not great at it myself. So I always assume the first couple are like, could be an accident. But then after a while, if there's a pattern, I just block them. Crystal said, first skein of this mitten spin is done. Now I have to convince my mother she isn't allergic to wool. Good luck. Not very many people are truly allergic to wool. Donna said it's Corriedale. That's right, I remember. Okay, Alice said it started out okay, but then when the instruction came, it was practically silent, even after turning my TV way up. Maybe I did say it wrong. Well, I'm sure, it wasn't on purpose. Oh my gosh, Abir. You cannot compare me to the queen bee. That can't happen. But I know what you're saying. But those people get paid too. Beyonce can pay all her people. Hi, Lori. How are you? Sarah said, I'm trying to crochet and weave in 15-minute time slots to prevent body aches. That's smart. It's smart to limit it, but it's hard to do sometimes. Hey, Leah. Finally made it back after a month and a half. I love how you do your videos and your demeanor. Oh, thank you. Everything's good. Yeah, Esme said, text is always hard, miss so much intonation. And I'm aware that if you just say things a certain way or if you read it when you're in a bad mood or anything. Margarita said, the way you talk to people is a big lesson I have with my students almost daily. It's something that should be added to the curriculum because I know a lot of parents are not parenting. Oh, that's too bad. It's too bad that you feel that way as a teacher. I mean that, I'm sure you have reason to feel that way, but you know what I'm saying. Crystal said, my mom had wool mittens from before. Just now I have to tell her they are wool and don't felt them. Mel said, Crystal, I've tried several times to knit my mom's stuff. It's always too itchy. Hello, Eileen. How are you? Karen said the same thing. She said, I have friends who thought they were allergic to wool, but it turns out they were allergic to the chemicals used to process the wool. I think that happens so much. She said, I handed one friend a bit of raw wool and she was fine. And like in the olden days, they used to coat it with stuff. They still do that for some things, but they use different things now. All right, what am I on? I'm ribbing and I had to look. Yeah, like if you talk to an allergist, Erin said it too, that they'll tell you that very few people are actually truly allergic to any kind of animal hair. It's super rare. I've missed a ton today because it was going so fast. I'm sorry, you guys. Alice said, I wore so much wool fluff this morning, I feel like a sheep. It happens, man. Deb said I had a wool scarf in the 50s, which made me break out in a rash. So they used to treat wool, and I think the 50s and 60s probably when they stopped. It was stuff to keep moths away, and I think people were super allergic to that. Michelle said, so no milled fiber or superwash. I would still try it. Because they use different things now. Crystal said, I think my grandma was allergic to the chemicals and not the wool itself. Kathleen said, if I develop an allergy to the chemicals used to process wool, I'm doomed. I know. We'll all die in this house if that happens. Margarita said, how do you show the two... Okay, Margarita. She said, how do you show... I'm not sure if you're asking that exactly. The 2 strands of yarn when you knit with 2 colors. I meant to take you a video this week. I haven't had a chance to answer. I'm going to actually put on my GoPro and do it from my point of view and show you, and I will post it for you. There's a super old video, but it is old, and I wouldn't even want you to try to look for it because it's probably going to be a pain to look for. Eileen, have you been out walking yet today? Because you must have been. It's like 7:30 there, right? Leah said, are there just chemicals on the superwash or all wool that is processed in the factory? I know lanolin can cause reactions. It totally depends. There could be. But they don't use the same things that they used to use in the olden days. My kids think the 70s were the olden days. Deb says I have no issues with wool these days. I don't either. Obviously. Ellen said, hello, Trisha and Fiber Tribe. Hope everyone is well. A little late, but I'll catch up. It's okay. You're on time. You're right on time. Thank you, Krista. That's a great way to demo the technique. I just didn't have time this week. And also, I was weird this week. I just didn't get much done, period. Elizabeth said I was watching an old wool spinning episode earlier, and she said something about clipping the ends off of some of the super curly breeds that want to poke out after spinning to eliminate the prickle. That's interesting. Wouldn't the new end just poke through? No? Okay, Karen said, so I'm struggling with keeping my edges straight on my dish towels. Do you have tricks to keep your width consistent? Are you on a floor loom or are you on a rigid heddle loom, Karen? Alice said, oh, Karen, I'm reminded while recarding. I wanted to tell you, even though you have the monster loom, I found a way to deal with uber long bands. Oh. All right, is this enough ribbing? I guess so. We're going to go regular knitting now. Okay, rigid heddle. So for me, I seem to have a better selvage on the edge where there is a hole, so I always warp a hole on either end, and that helps me somewhat. And then also, I practiced until I found a method that worked really well, and then I worked on developing the muscle memory. So it took a while, but I should probably do a whole video on it sometime, right? I like to go at a 45-degree angle before I beat, and then I also like to throw the pit or throw the shuttle, and then when I'm like lining it up right before I beat, I actually hold the finger on the end, the selvage end, and I give it the tiniest little tug, and then I beat it because it pulls that last end out a little straighter and it prevents it from pulling in. I hope that explains it. Sometime I'll actually film what I'm doing. Lisa said maybe the clipped ends off are more dry and pokey. I have never tried it. Elizabeth said I wondered that too, but maybe the ends are blunted by the trimming so they don't prickle as bad. That's similar. Oh, Eileen did not have to walk today. Nope, no walks today. Crafting and resting up from the walks and exercise during the week. Oh, nice. Sounds good. A good, indulgently lazy day sounds great. Michelle said maybe trimming after it is worked up and fold. Oh. I know, but I forget. Alice said always do a video, Trish. I forget sometimes. Oh, good. Okay, so it did make sense. Donna said I do the same thing, holding the end. It works well for me. At least I am more focused on possible draw-in. Yeah, and I think after a while you just develop a feeling and you can actually feel it become consistent. I don't know how to explain that exactly, but... Mel, does that mean you're ready to start knitting? Or did you already start knitting? She said I finally got the mustard yellow done. It's in the bath now. I will have to watch some of your videos, Karen, because I just bought my first set of cards. I don't have an inkle loom. I've been planning on just using my rigid heddle loom. I'm not sure when I'll get to it. Hi, Molly. How are you? Thank you. Molly said, hello, love. I love your sweater. It only took 1.5 years to get done. Oh. So what is everybody working on? I know Mandy's got mittens. Mel just got her yellow done, and she's been working on plying today. Eileen said, finished a pair of Podster. Don't you love those? Gloves, mittens today as a gift for a friend. Not that lazy after all. Aww. Oh, okay. So Erin said that Karen's tablet weaving videos are the best. Total fangirl. That's so sweet. That's awesome, Molly. Molly, where are you in California? I'm so jealous. It is freezing here. Carrie said you inspired me to pick up my colorwork sweater that is sitting right here next to me, but that I keep ignoring in favor of other projects. I understand. That's why mine took so long. Hello, Jerry. Happy Sunday. Elizabeth said socks that are never going to end. Oh gosh, I'm okay. Mel, now the eighth grader wanted socks. I'm sorry, I missed the top. I once made a quilt. Oh goodness, plying fiber I bought in a club 14 years ago. I love it. You guys are going too fast now. Crocheting a cute sunflower granny square blanket. Ellen said, "Did you use your own hand spun yarn for your sweater?" Michelle's on a second sock and a pair and a hat with flaps. Billy's watching for a new sweater. Abir said, "I'm working on lining for a dress. I'm not the best at sewing, but I'm giving it a go." It's okay, just take it a step at a time. I'm not the best either, and I don't really like it. You guys know. Everybody knows, because I always say it. Tracy's finishing one of 3 baby blankets. Oh, San Francisco. Wait, someone else is in San Francisco, right? I spun the yoke, but the rest of it is wool stock from, what is it? Wool stock. I can't remember the name of who makes it. Sylvia's finishing an Alaska hat. Those are so pretty. Leah said, "I can't even finish a sweater for my 6-year-old. I just have too many projects going." That's okay. You will someday. Tyra's got 2 crochet baby Afghans. Danielle said, "Attempting my first sock using magic loop. So far I prefer the DPNs, but I wanted to give them both a shot." It's good to try everything because you don't know if it's for you until you try it. Crystal said, "I have to plan a sweater. I don't have time to spin one, but I do want to dye the yarn." Well, there you go. That's the perfect way to do it. As May said, I'm in Martinez, so she's not far. Do you dye alpaca? I do. I have done quite a bit of it. Not lately, but I have done quite a bit. Margarita said, "I'm working on a pair of socks for Valentine's Day and also a pair of socks for my daughter." Dan said, "Livermore." Oh, Blue Sky. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. Evie said, "Working on a baby blanket on my floor loom, and my daughter's trying to finish the sweater that I finished spinning my new grandson." Oh, we'll be here in another 2 weeks. Aren't you excited? Can't even stand that. Teresa, hello. How are you? I hope things are calming down for you a little bit at work. Bonnie is casting on socks today. Erin said, "I'm working on tablet weaving band right now. I have a goal right now of every band I weave has to have some new technique to learn. Hopefully I can finish it today." That's exciting. Sorry, Candy. Candy's buffering. Darn internet. Karen said, "I'm taking a day off from the rigid heddle, but I also have a Doctor Who scarf on the needles. I'm in the Seattle area, but originally from Wisconsin." Oh, you're far from home. Bonnie said, "Working on DRK every day." I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Elizabeth said, "I spun up some Trish fiber last week for Andrea Mowry spin it to knit it sock knit along." Dion is spinning a fractal. I would like to see pictures, Dion, if you don't mind. I'm not going to boss you around. I felt so bad last week about bossing Carrie around for pictures. I mean, I felt so bad. Afterwards, I was like, why did you say that? That wasn't nice. I was joking, but still. Alice said, "Nice, Erin. You can do so much with tablet." Carrie can't wait to see pictures either. See? Teresa took good for you. She said, "I took a long mental health weekend." I just hope things are getting, I guess, calmer. Okay. Abir is also glad Dion's here. And Erin said, Alice, right? I should be good for a while. Donna's also working on DRK socks too in my hand spun Gotland. How did that go? I know you weren't loving it. It's not my favorite either. Alice said, "How much do I have to pay for that Doctor Who scarf?" Elizabeth said, "It's the DRK everyday socks too." I'm gonna have to look those up. Candy said, "I haven't gotten to do much in the way of knit, spin, crochet, or anything else lately. Just finished remodeling the toy room, aka one of the bedrooms." Oh man. Crystal said it was worth seeing her yarn though. Carrie said, "What? Why? I loved it. I like that you were excited to see something I made." I know, but I can't be so bossy. Thanks, Dion. She'll post a pic, not a problem. Oh, Sarah said crochet rug, crochet bag, weaving fabric for a sweater on my rigid heddle, and drapes for my kitchen cabinet. Can't decide what to work on. I have that sometimes. Hello, Terry. How are you? She said, hi, all late. You're not late. You're on time. You're on Terry time, and that's okay. She said, finally made it to alive. Oh, my goodness. Karen said, Doctor Who's scarf materials alone was about $80. The knitting of the 22-foot-long beast, that will take math. I'm wonderful. Everybody else seems okay. How are you guys? Oh. Okay, so Deb said I'm between projects, too many in my head, and hard to decide what to start next. I had that last night. I just laid in bed scrolling through my queue in Ravelry looking at what I should make next. Dion said I'm excited to decide what I'm going to do with your Valentine fiber. Are you done spinning, Dion? And did you continue to, you know what? I love that. I'm definitely going to do some more of the same blend with a whole bunch of different colors. Kind of like, base colors. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, Eileen said, Trish, okay, she has to spin it and or knit along with her basics. I got it. Thank you. Got it. Thank you. Carrie said, still trying to get warm from yesterday. If you guys don't know, her husband did a polar plunge yesterday. What was it, like 20 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday? How cold is the water? So they jump into a lake to raise money for like nonprofits. You get to pick, right? As may say one of the projects, I decided to make a big goal this year is to try and finish up or get rid of most of my huge pile of UFOs. Woo. Okay, Candy's talking about where she is. I don't know what a temple is. Okay, so a temple is this thing that you can put on your weaving and it grips both selvage edges and keeps it from drawing in. So it keeps it the same width. I haven't used one I haven't used one, period. I haven't found that I need one, but some people find it really, really helps them with the draw-in. Okay, Dion said no, only 8 ounces. I'd love those colors again in a different fiber. I'm kind of limited on what I can pick, but I will definitely dig through. I'm limited to what they already have when I design or what I can order, if that makes sense. But I will definitely pick through and see what I can see. Yeah. Abir said that's another thing. The people in my life have no idea the cost of materials when they ask for hand knits, not to mention how long it takes. No kidding. I think we've all experienced that, haven't we? Ellen said just finished knitting a hat with a small batch of my first hand-spun yarn. I spun it on a drop spindle. It's not perfect, but I love it anyway. That's so good, Ellen, that you're going to keep it and have an item, because I didn't keep a lot of my early stuff, and now I really wish I did. I was just telling Alice that. Shannon said, weaving tip, beat in the weft with the shed open. You'll never need a temple. So you guys, Shannon, is this your first live? Alice said, now I have to watch this vid again later to get that temple reference. Always struggle with drawing. Deb said, agreed at a beer. I have issues with people who think handmade is cheap. It's not. Yeah. Can you believe people think that? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, thanks, Dion. Thanks. Trying, but it's going slow. And I take a day off every week and eat carbs, and it's always a mistake. And I still do it. So there you go. Alice said, yay, Ellen. Yes, Trish opened my head up on this morning. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so Shannon usually doesn't comment, but Shannon had a birthday this week. I haven't been able to tell you guys this because it was a secret. And her boyfriend sent me an email like a month ago, maybe, and asked me if I would send her something for her birthday. And so he asked for a signed picture. So I sent her a signed picture for her birthday. And he told me all about her and just like her weaving, showed me a picture of her studio. Like, he's so proud of her. It was adorable. Stacey said, my daughter showed me a meme that said, why buy it for $12 when you can make it yourself for $100? That's in like 60 hours of practice. Kim said, I've told a few friends, if you buy the yarn, I will make it. And they saw how much it costs and they said, never mind. Right. Kimberly's feeling better. Yay. Carrie said the weekly day off probably makes it easier for you to keep going. It does make it easier, but I don't feel great on that day. And I still keep doing it. Shannon said, oh my gosh. Oh, I see. Alice said, I'm keeping your beginner spins. Yeah, it was so sweet. I am not sweet. I thought it was just so nice. I was like, I have to do this. I have to do it. Candy said, it's that way with quilt and quilting too. I give that sort of thing away and hope it will get lots of love and use, even though it's a small fortune to make. Yep. And some happy birthday wishes. Eileen said, slow is good. Day off is very good too. That way you have a much better chance to keep it up for the long run. Yeah. I think I might just switch to maybe every other week having a day off. Because I don't, like, I always want to eat candy or sugar because I can't during the week. And I think it'd be better if I did a little less frequently. But it was good. Be nice when the weather is just not so cold. When it's 20 degrees out, it's hard even to go for a walk without, really getting cold. Okay, Candy said the expense of buying a ball of wool yarn is what got me into spinning. I know, and Candy, it's such a bargain now that you spin, right? Oh, man. Oh, Carrie said, Elizabeth, he says, I'm amazing every day. And he said, thank you to you, Aaron. Tina says, coworker asked me to make a sweater and said she was willing to pay $200. Oh, Eileen, the problem is the cold air going into my, nose. My nose will end up frozen because the cold air. I guess I should cover it, huh? That would be smart. Yep, Dion said my daughter asked me why I got her into this expensive art spinning. It's so funny. Because I definitely, when I got into it, I was like, I'll be able to make exactly what I want. And it'll be less expensive. I mean, the first part's true. But the less expensive is not. Kim said, we have had below freezing temps in New York for 3 weeks. 1 or 2 nice days and it plunges at night. I made a joke to a coworker that Alaska was warmer. We looked it up and it was true. I'm so sorry. Candy said, because in order to spin, we have to have all the colors. This is so true. And all the breeds and all the tools. And it's not wrong. And you need all the sparkles to add. And you need the tools also for prepping and combining the sparkles. Dan said, wrap scarf over your nose and mouth. I do, Sylvia. I need a nose mitten. Eileen said, oh yes, I know that one. I have found there's a surprising benefit to face masks. At least the sun is out today. Right, but then when you breathe through it, then you get it wet just from vapor. I don't know. I'm a baby. I guess I'm a big baby. Yeah, Kimberly said, smart ass. She said, if only you knew someone who could knit a cowl to cover your nose. If only I did. Mel said, I plan to make that night shift shawl with hand spun to save money and not buy the spin cycle yarn. Oh, Mandy said, I mean, sure, I'm working on a sweater now from a fleece I bought for $30, but let's not talk about the time and equipment. Well, your time is free to you. But yes, the equipment. I have gotten deals before where I made things less expensive, but Abir said I started spinning because I hate weaving ends, so I wanted to make the... That's interesting. What a good idea. I wanted to make the longest yarn to knit with. So have you bought a great big bobbin yet? Or great big, you know... Thank you, Tina. She said your sweater's beautiful. Trish, thanks. I finished it last night. It's not even blocked yet. Danielle said I rationalize it by thinking about my husband golfing. At least I have something I can use. There you go. I mean, you don't need to be able to rationalize it, right? You should be able to do whatever you want. And I still think being able to like take out of your head that amazing handspun yarn that you visualized is worth all the money that we spend. Right? Okay, Carrie said, Mel, I want to do that. I'm loving the night shift I'm making right now. I haven't done one yet. I've looked at it. It's in my queue. Aaron said it was minus 30 here in Minnesota just the other day. We haven't gone down that low. Donna said I finished a swarf. I don't know. What is that? He said, I used to love the winter in New York City, but after working for the post office as a letter carrier in all kinds of weather, even anthrax and terrorism, now I don't enjoy it. Oh, shoot, I missed a few things. I'm sorry. Right. Terry said it's art we are creating. I agree. Kay said, Billy made those nose warmers as a joke Christmas gift for her family. Maybe I should just do it. Ashley said, hi, I thought I would slow myself down on stash acquisition by spinning my own yarn instead of buying. How'd it go? I managed to spin 54 projects. Wow. All of them at least 4 ounces and a couple were advents. That's magical. Kimberly said, am I crazy that I'm willing to drive for 12 hours round trip to buy an antique? No. Canadian production wheel for photos alone. Maybe blame COVID brain fog. I don't think that's crazy. Mel said, my hubby is downstairs tying flies. He said if something happens to him, there's money in hooks and supplies. Esme said, plus end of the day, spinning is still cheaper than therapy. That's true. And Dion said also the whole process is part of the experience. It totally is. I mean, for some of us, some people don't want to do it. And I think, that's cool too. Jerry said, my crafting is like oxygen to me. I couldn't live a day without it. I agree. Ashley said, that's just for 2021. I'm out of control now. I've been out of control. Deb said, keep going, keep going. I'm trying to get my husband to help me purchase this CSM. And he's currently in earshot. What CSM? Help. Oh, the sock machine. Yes. I can't believe you don't have one already, Deb. What in the world? Did you hear that? Abir said, biggest bobbin I have came with my Lendrum. It's the plying bobbin. Oh, it holds about 400 grams. That would be so nice. I mean, I know I have them, but that would be like a really long thing to knit with, like you wanted. Erin said the high temps next week in Northeast Kansas are going to be 40 to 50. This is a first fall spring. We should get clobbered by snow. Yeah. Yes, Kimberly, you can. You can send them to me either on Facebook Messenger or you can email them to Fiber Love Diary. Lady Rowan, she said I was doing so well just spinning my stash. Then I spent 6 hours in a spinning Zoom last night and somehow bought 5 braids. It happens. You have nothing to be ashamed of. It happens. Linda said, I'm a beginning spinner. I'm spinning my first yarn with a drop spindle. So is Alice, Linda. Where is she? She's working on her first drop spindle yarn. Or I guess just finished it, right? Kimberly, it's from the 1840s-ish. Yes, you can send pictures. I do think sometimes they don't know what we want to or need to see, if that makes sense. But I would love to look at them. Sarah says, this is good. Money can't buy the feeling you get when you look in your closet and realize you made those clothes. Yep. Eileen said, wow, beer, that's a whole sweater on one bobbin. Deb said, neither can I. Like, seriously, Deb. What's good is control. Control is an illusion. It's not real. Dion says she's out of control too. Margarita just ordered a sock machine. It should be ready in May. Oh my goodness. Beer said almost. My first sweater from Handswim was 700 grams. Alice said, I have so much I crocheted back in the day that are gorgeous, but they don't fit my unfit self anymore. Might be time to donate to some who might like them too. Oh, Erin wants to see SM too. I've been eyeing them on eBay. Just another rabbit hole. Mel said, right now we both have fiber flying all over the house. Right now his Def more sparkle. Oh, right, because he uses it for the flies. I forgot you told me that before. That's hilarious. I'm sure the fish like that, though. Tina said spinning and fiber anonymous. That's it. Wool anonymous. Eileen said, can I interrupt the fun for a moment to remind everyone to press that like button is one way you can thank Trish for all the good times we have together. Thanks, Eileen. I forget. I did not remember once today. Elizabeth said I was out of control last year. This year I'm trying hard to refrain. Houses are expensive. No joke. Dion is eyeing a new wheel. I have not spent on an Aura. Karen said the clothes you make from quality materials will last longer than what. That's so true. What the fast fashion industry provides. Like today, John is wearing a cardigan I spun and knit him like 15 years ago, 12 years ago, somewhere in there, somewhere in that range, 12 to 15. Right. Candy said out of control is a relative term. I don't really even think about control anymore. Like, am I in control? Am I out of control? I'm just doing my thing. You know? Patty Hall said, I just got a Dean and Bean CSM and I love it, but I still love knitting socks. Kimberly said, thanks guys. I might post details on Facebook group so others can see I'm smitten with it already. Right, a beer. It is kind of. In a way, this is group therapy. It is kind of. You know, I am very lucky that I have a really local group at the yarn store that's just down 3 miles away about, maybe not even. And we're very supportive of each other. We sometimes come in and say like, hey, I came in for therapy. And I feel really lucky that I have that group. Margaret said to Dion, I bought one about 6 months ago and I love it. Sometimes find it a bit fiddly to get the tension spot on, but it's worth it. My other wheel is a Lendrum. Oh, Alice said I haven't really gone out of the house in a couple years. Is that because of the pandemic? This is therapy. Oh gosh, that's so nice. Diane said, I'm not anonymous. I'm proud of my fiber addiction. Deb said I was also, she was considering a Dean and Bean. There you go. Elizabeth's so smart. She said out of control might be relative, but I don't think I can pay my, I thought you were thinking that you could pay your contractor in knitted goods. That would have been so smart. Chris said that's how I feel about this tribe. And Dion said, I love the versatility of the Aura. Oops. Someone's waking up, went back to sleep. Earlier today when I was getting set up, he saw himself again on the TV and he was like so stressed out. And I'm like, dude, that's you. How do you teach him that that's them? It's so crazy. Mel said this is the best therapy ever. Oh, Abir said, I feel lucky to have this group because I don't know anybody where I live. It's hard not to have friends nearby. It's so hard, Abir. I felt that way when we first moved here, and I don't think I've ever been lonelier in my life. It's gotten better, but I still really miss being close to like my best friend. Especially right now because John's working so much. So Karen said, I also have a Lendrum. I haven't done much spinning in a while. I have too many other projects underway. Candy said, but you could try, Elizabeth. Chris said, Abir, I'm looking at your photo on the Facebook page of the bobbin. I don't think I've seen it yet. Oh, wait, was it during here, while we're here? Yeah, Erin said, our tribe and my actual therapy sessions are the best weeks. Oops, I'm tangled up. All right, Lady Rowan said, I'm on the waiting list for a Daedalus Starling. Should be mine later this year. I swear, if they make a way to not have to slide that hook up in, like, you know, like a Woolly Winder-ish way, I'm on the bandwagon. I'm getting one. Deb said, it is. I very much look forward to Sundays. Alice said, yes, Trish, because of COVID, I work remote full-time, and even though I'm vaccinated and boosted, I have pre-existing conditions, taking no chances, but man, I miss, interaction and hugs. I'm so sorry. Fingers crossed we're starting to make headway. I don't know. I don't want to say that because I'm not a doctor. Ashley said, it's so nice to have people who appreciate fiber and yarn crafts. It is. Kelly said, I remembered. Yay, Kelly, remembered. Bye, Elizabeth. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry you have to save money for your house. Chris said, that's a gorgeous dye. Ashley said, love my Starling, customer service is great too. That's nice. That's a really good testimonial for them. They came into my local yarn store like 2 summers ago. And so we got to meet them. The owners of Daedalus. Yeah. Oh, bye, Terry. Sorry, that got by me. Goodness. Margarita said this is my weekly therapy session. Esme said, online fiber groups are amazing. Moment of scary honesty here. I've been housebound for the last decade. It's okay for you to tell us. Rarely see people in real life, but online fiber groups are my salvation for community. Yeah, can you imagine what people did before they could be in online groups? It must have been even lonelier. Really hard. Let's see. Yeah, Erin said, I think COVID times pushed me into trying to meet more fiber arts peeps. I'm still working on the local part. I don't remember where you are off the top of my head, Erin. Oh, you're in Kansas, right? Duh. I do know that. Yeah, I appreciate that you were willing to tell us, Esme. So I do think it must be really hard, but I'm glad you have, outlet online with the groups. Oh, Dion said the sliding hooks make me remember to stretch and rest. I haven't really thought about that. Hi, Melanie. How are you? Alice said, on a positive note, I have lots more money for crafting now. Bye, Chris. I hope you have a great week, too. Alice said, kind of a trade-off. I made the wish wrong. It is. Yeah. You're welcome, Mel. Mel said, thanks again for the plying video. It really helped me understand chain plying. I'm really glad that it helped you because, I just tried to do it and talk about the things that I feel like are missing sometimes, if that makes sense. Okay. Shangora Moda. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Also in Kansas. Oh, and you know what? I finished the socks from last week too. They're all done. Not that thrilling, really. But this colorway is awesome. Okay, Jennifer, I'll try to remember. Sometimes it takes me a while. They're going to my son eventually. Ashley said, "Oh, pretty. I have that same color in my stash. Ooh, I've been saving it for me." Look at that. I love it. The welcomes. Thanks, Crystal. Crystal, whatever happened to the troll socks? Did you have to toss them? Esme said, "Thank you. I love that there are people who get my fiber love out there to connect with." It is so nice, isn't it? Because it's hard to find people that are obsessed as much as I am. Ellen said, "I love the colors." I know. I didn't really think that I would love it as much when I saw it in the ball and someone else was knitting with the same colorway. Oh, excuse me. And I was just I already had it. I fell in love with it. Stacy said, "Did you dye that yarn for those socks? Reminds me of Noro." It's Perth. And no, I didn't. I didn't. Oh, Amy finished her first pair of socks. Thank you, Dion. Kim said, "Trish, maybe John needs to take notes of little things for you to do." What little things? Did I forget to do something? Thanks, Eileen. She said, "Those socks are great, Trish, and love your new sweater too." I'm totally in love with it. I feel like it's just not really getting its fair due because I'm all sitting all poorly postured, but Amy said they have some mistakes, but it's getting easier for sure. I feel like that just is the way it starts out, and as you see how it works, it gets easier to not make those mistakes. Okay, Crystal said, "I'll end up repairing them again and again and again, then toss." I got it. Okay, and Jennifer said to Karen, "I watch you too. Hope your husband is doing better." Well, gosh, I don't know about that. I hope he's doing better too. Yes, Candy, I think you're talking about the Perth. She said those are nice big cakes too. I always have a ton left. And she said, "What are you knitting with on right now?" It's a Zower ball. It's just another pair of socks. I started them this morning. Hi, Connie. Hello, how are you? Oh gosh, Karen, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. Kimberly said, "My sheep are coming home tomorrow. Hopefully Cinnamon is preggers." Oh my gosh. Fingers crossed. Uh-oh, Dion needs a nap. Pearl Combo, hello. Trish, do you have recommendations for videos for absolute beginner spinners? That is a hard one, Pearl Combo, because I was hired to do a beginner spinning video, and it's not a video, it's actually a class. So I think it's going to be like 4 modules, and I'm almost done. And then it'll be edited and submitted, and it'll be available on Creative Fabrica, if you've ever heard of it. They have a lot of crafting videos. So, of course, I would recommend mine. But I know there's a lot of really good ones. When I was first... Oh, right, Kim. Got it. Are you kidding? He's too busy to do that for me. When I was first starting, it was in 2007 when I taught myself to spin. I literally just went back and looked in my my projects in Ravelry at when I started to spin. I can't remember, but I used YouTube a ton. Yes. Okay, Kim. Thank you. I understand now. And I write myself notes, but I can't do it while we're doing this. Otherwise, I'd be writing them all the time. Candy said, I'm so bad about not fixing mistakes if it's for me and not noticeable. Well, I don't know. I think it's the Amish, right? They do it because they deliberately leave mistakes in. And so that's what I tell myself now, that it's better. Well, Mel, it takes as long as it takes. Hey, Chris, how are you? He said, I'm going to be leaving while listening, so won't be talking much. Well, how are you anyway? Okay, so Candy said writing notes can be like putting something in a safe place, Kim. I'm good about, oh, Deb, you just joined. I'm good about writing myself notes and keeping them on my phone. I have like a list app that I use, but I have to keep myself in the habit of looking at the lists like every day. Not right now, a beer, but it won't be too long before there's something to say. There is, Deb, there is one already there. It's just dying with like drink mix though. No, Melanie, it's Heim. It's from, it's a Garn Studio pattern. So it's like on the Drops website if you've ever gone there. I like it. But Abir, good night. I hope you sleep really well. Sweet dreams. Dion said that's what I did too, Trish. YouTube for the wind. Oh. Okay, Leah said Hubs just found the lost TV remote that made it into a safe place around Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh, that's so, oh my gosh, the Christmas wrapping paper box. You could have not found that until next year. Esme said Amish quilts, yeah. Yes, okay, they deliberately leave in mistakes or add them if there aren't any because only God is perfect. And I've also heard there is some, I'll get it wrong if I say it, and I don't want the cultural reference to be whatever, but there was some tribe of some sort that always put in a mistake, right, to let the devil out, basically, or let the evil spirits out. That's what Stacy's talking about. So that's why I think it was Connie made a mistake on something, and I was like, it's okay, that'll let the devil out. It works. There you go. Candy said it's a native thing to do. Yeah, we leave mistakes if they happen. Oh, there you go. Diane said, I like Evernote for an electronic note app. Yep. Kim said, I leave my small mistakes. I just evaluate and think, like, if I look at that later, is that actually going to bug me or is it not? Okay, so she asked again, what site was it that your classes will be coming out? It's called creativefabrica.com. And you can follow me if you want there. And then whenever a new class gets posted, the next one should be pretty soon. You'll get like a notification if you do that one. But you really don't have to. Like, there's a lot of good videos out there. I just don't know them because it's been so long since I was at the beginning, looking up the beginning ones. Good night, Abir. You take care too. Allison, speaking of beginning spinning, I have another 2 ounces of undyed wool fiber here. Should I dye before or after weave? And has anyone here tried turmeric? I've tried it. I did not have much success, but I'm not a good natural dyer. So, but isn't Erin, haven't you done some of that? Karen said I lost my keys for a year. They were in the car in the pocket behind the passenger seat. Good thing I had a spare set. It is good. Carrie said, I don't want to let the devil out. Keep that jerk trapped. Hey, you do you, Carrie. If you need to trap the devil, it's probably worth something. Alice said, I love the color. It dyes my normal clothes when I make curry. Evie said, I love my mistakes. If I didn't want any mistakes, my stuff, then I would buy it in the store. Yeah, that's true. And you still see mistakes and stuff, in the store. Chris said, well, if that's the case, then everything I make lets the devil out. There's always a mistake in mine, too. Too many mistakes every time. I just figure it's handmade, so that's good enough. Pearl Combo said, I was just given a shocked ladybug, so I'm really excited. That is very exciting. Okay, All right. Thank you. Karen is helpful here. Very helpful. Turmeric is fugitive. I didn't know that. It will fade over time. Oh, okay, Alice. So it's really just depends. I think it depends on what the fiber is. There's so many things that it depends on. But if you don't want to spin it white, then go ahead and dye it, and you'll learn from it no matter what. Carrie, that's exactly what I was thinking. She said, maybe I'll get a golden fiddle out of it. If you lose, the devil takes your soul. Okay, candy has had success. You really need to get it dissolved, and if not, just make sure to filter it out of the water so it doesn't end up in the yarn. Erin said, I haven't tried it. I think that's a rogue dye. Or is that rouge or rogue? So it's all fab and wash out eventually. What? I would like to try it anyways, though. Maybe I will this week. I couldn't get it to stick, basically. Eileen said turmeric is gorgeous, but not very color fast. Dyeing with onion peels is really easy and very color fast. Did not know that. Mel said, what does fugitive mean in dyeing? Sounds like it means it washes out over time and fades, but I'm sure somebody who knows more about it. I know so little about natural dyeing, and I have not had, sorry, I'm moving Luther. I've not had very much success. Dion said, I've been saving onion peels for a while to dye with. I dyed eggs with those once, but never yarn or anything. Deb said, is Kool-Aid dyeing color fast? It's pretty, I have some stuff. I have a couple things that I dyed with Kool-Aid in 2008 probably, because I started spinning at the end of 2007. That still looks really good, but I do store it inside something so there's no light on it. And it's a shawl, so it hasn't gotten washed a ton of times. But up until now, I have done some things that have not faded. So Eileen said you can try with only red onion peels and only yellow onion peels. No alum needed to make it stick. That's nice. Ella said, good point. This is just the beginning for me on this specialty, so I'll just give it a go. And ooh, mixed with onion skins. I can make that happen. Karen said Kool-Aid works well in animal fur, doesn't need a mordant, needs hot water. It already has citric acid in it, so you don't need more, but I usually like to add a little more, just because I like to know that if there's enough. But it's already in there. That's the class that I already have on Creative Fabrica, so... Alice said, I have alum. Will it help even if not needed? Erin said, a lot of food waste dyes will fade and wash out pretty quickly. Onion is the exception. I mostly just use flowers, roots, and leaves from miscellaneous plants or crushed insects. Oh, I don't even know how to say it. But Evie said, I have been using the Japanese dye, how do you say it? Babgala. I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure. And it is beautiful. Mel said, we dyed eggs with onion skins one time. My hubby said it looked like they were fresh out of the chicken. That's what they looked like for me, too. Yep, Ella said, we're all too old for Kool-Aid, but at least it's cheap. Might give that a go. So I have bought it at Aldi, and you get it for you used to get it for 10 cents a package. I used to dye with our kids that way, because then you don't have to worry about using the same things that you use for food and all that. Eileen said another one that is cool is Avocado Pits. You will need some alum to mordant, but you can get a really cool pink. It will not fade. I've seen people do it with the skins too. Is it the same colors? Oh goodness. Candy said, I wonder what crushed box elder bugs would do. We have those too, Candy. I have enough of them to dye a lot. Hello, Lana. How are you? Yeah, you have a shawl. The first shawl that I was thinking about still smells very faintly of grape Kool-Aid. And And I like the smell of grape Kool-Aid, so. Ooh. Lana said skins provide different color. Yeah, I think we did it with purple onion skins, and it was like a purpley brown. It was puce. Mel said, Candy, what is the deal with the box elder bugs? They're crazy bad in my house this year. Dion said, dying with bugs gives me the creeps. I don't blame you. Oh, good. I'm glad, Lana. Eileen said, onion with alum gives a slightly more bright yellow color. If you want a dark green, use red onion, boil it up, then let it cool and warm up again next day. Don't use alum if you want green. So interesting. I just can't wrap my head around wearing fabric soaked in bug juice. Well, that, if you say it that way, it seems weird. Kimberly is also plagued with box elder bugs. Why? Where are they coming from? Oh, okay. Alice said, I have a dedicated big fat steel pot for dyeing, but non-toxic food grade is even better. Yeah, it's always nice. Esme said, it's funny, all this talk of dyeing eggs. Oh, you do I can't say it, but the Polish style beeswax, that is so cool. Beeswax resist dyed eggs and made my first fiber dyeing was experimenting with my leftover weak egg dye solutions. Okay, Jam said avocado pits and skins have tannins, so don't need mordant. Got a peachy pink. Jerry said food coloring is also a good first dye experience because it's safe for your pots. Exactly. It's safe for everything, except it will stain your counters. Ask me how I know. Yeah, Erin said they don't usually smell good either. Candy said box elders are bad on and off. Not sure why some years are worse than others, but the bad time is during their breeding season when you see them on the tree in a huge, that is disgusting. In a huge mass. Crystal said, I like dyeing with Wilton's gel colors. I do too. I was also looking at a shawl just the other day, and I was like, this was the gel food coloring, and it's like pink and orange together, kind of like swirled together, and I'm telling you, it looks like it was dyed yesterday. You cannot tell. Donna said, I was watching someone on YouTube recently that used tree bark and rusty nails. Was it a guy, Donna? The colors were amazing. I think I watch a guy on TikTok who does that. Carrie said, I've seen food and drink that uses bugs for a red or pink color. Really? What kind of food and drink? Jerry said, food coloring is also a good first dye experience because you can use your food pots. Candy hasn't tried Kool-Aid. You should try it sometime. It is fun with kids. Carrie said, it's more common than you think. Melanie has stink bugs. Are box elder bugs the same as stink bugs? Because I have stink bugs. Mel said, OMG, I'm so glad. I thought I was the only one with box elder bugs. Now I don't feel so bad. Why would you think you're the only one? We get them on we have like a 3-season porch that's off the kitchen, and we get them in there so much. And we also get ladybugs in the spring when they come. I mean, there'll be tons of them in there, which I don't mind because they eat, gross little mites and things. Erin said, I really enjoy dyeing with flowers. The smell reminds me of tea. I bet it does. Dion said, food coloring is okay in your pots, but wash extremely well because my husband could tell the difference in the pot. Like the taste? So interesting, right? I always learn something. Mary said, acorns and rust will give you black. Candy said, no, box elder are different, and chances are there's also a box elder tree in your yard. Oh, Mel's got the stink bugs too. Oh, Carrie, I do not want to hear that. Are you serious? Because we get like the sugar-free little packets of different ones from Walmart, and John literally calls one of them purple drink. I hope it doesn't have bugs in it. Oh, Donna said it was ancestral craft. She was so sweet. That's so interesting. I might have to take a look at that. Alice said, Dion, I can taste food coloring too. No bueno, will wash well. Yes, the taste. Interesting. Yes. Okay, Kelly says, if it says carmine, why can't I ever say the other word? I can't say it. I'm not going to even try. In the ingredients list, it has ground bugs for red color. I didn't know that's what carmine was. Candy said, I love using food coloring to dye with. It's still fun, even though I have jacquard and dharma. It is, and it breaks in such interesting ways. Some of the dharmas break really cool too, but oh, I am gonna gross out. I'm gonna have to look at everything I eat. Ugh. Yeah, Karen said, yeah, I've recommended this before too. It needs to be enamel or stainless steel though. If you're going to do any dyeing, just go to Goodwill and get a dedicated dye pot. Better safe than sorry. Okay, so Eileen said, I can't say it, you guys. The bugs are fill in the blank. They've been used for centuries. They grow on prickly pear cactus. I didn't know that. Also used in many lipsticks. Originally, they came from South America. In Europe, they used a snail for purple. Yes, I have looked. They're called. I've looked those snails up. Can't remember the name of them. Oh my gosh, Dion said it's like food color. He can like taste the wool. Poor guy. Kelly said used to just be listed as natural color. I mean, Mary said, oh yeah, howdy, just joined in for, hi Mary, busy rubbing the belly of a demanding doggo with just over a week left to due day. Are you so excited? Oh, you know what? That would probably do stuff with more natural dyes. Ancestral Craft used a copper pot to get a different combination in her colors. That makes sense. Because I think some of the different mordants have little bits of copper in them. Yep, Stacey said makeup has bugs in it too for the pigment. Dion said, who decided let's smash some bugs? Hey, you know what? Let's smash these bugs and see. Oh no, I know how to say it. I don't want to say it. Oh. Oh. Oh gosh, Carrie said someone probably smashed a bug on their arm and saw a pretty colored smear. I want to know the snails because it was like purple, um, used like in a bunch of European countries for a dye. This is a long story, but there was a big thread on Ravelry years ago about it. And somebody was like, oh, these snails. I bet if I smash them, I can dye things with it. Like, how gross is that? Why? Dion said he was not happy with me. Needless to say, now I have my own dye pots. Cast iron also alters the colors of natural dye. Yeah. Oh, Mary's excited and nervous. Puppies. We have puppy x-rays tomorrow afternoon for count and head size because she is a Boston Terrier. Oh, cute. Those are going to be some cute puppies. Yeah, Esme said it's better not to think about what is in beauty products. I mean, two of the big ones in perfume are whale vomit and deer musk. I don't really wear perfume. A lot of things make me stuff up. Kelly said you should read or listen to The Perfect Red by Amy something Greenfield. Ugh. Mm-mm-mm. Ew. Gross. I think it's their body smell. Melody. Sorry. Interweave has an audio podcast called Fiber Nation, yes, and they did a really interesting episode a while back on the history of dyes. Oof. Candy said I had a hard time with canned food for a while. After one of my biology classes from college, you don't want to know. I do know some of what's allowed, and I try not to think about it. It's the same in cereal, Candy. I don't need to go there either, but it's the same. Mary said, I wondered about the first to eat snails, squid, eels, mushrooms, let alone dye them. I always wonder about coffee. Like, who picked this little bean and they were like, hey, you know what? We should roast it, grind it, pour boiling water over it, and then drink the juice. Let's do that. Like, who was like, who did that? Okay, fair. I hate smashing tomato worms barehanded. It might be better if they could dye yarn that pretty green. Gross. Yep. Some things are better left unknown. Melody said, no worries, you can call me Mel. Sorry, it just came out. I have a good friend that I grew up with named Melanie. And then my mom has a cousin named Melody, and we called them both Mel like my whole life. Yep, Tracy said it's the same in milk. Crystal said, I wish I could remember her name, but she managed to get paint in that snail purple. Ooh. Candy said, I'm so glad someone did that with coffee, though. I know, but isn't it weird if you think about it? It's crazy. Yes, and cacao beans, whatever. Like, they taste terrible. But if you, like, grind them, add sugar to them, roast them, all that other stuff, they're delicious. Like, how'd that happen? Alice said, haha, Trish, people die that while in home beer mode. It's true. So many things I've wondered that about. Or like potatoes, you have to dig those up. Dion said, snails and other shell mollusks have been used for dye back as far as Egyptian times. That's why purple garments were so expensive, and for royals. Margarita said, coffee is like a berry with a big seed inside. I've had it fresh off the tree, and it's a huge jolt of caffeine. Lana said to Karen, I just watched your newest YouTube. You're in my heart and prayers. I've learned about tablet weaving from you. I hope you continue. Oh, interesting. Dion said raw coffee beans are slimy. I tried one in Guatemala. Melanie said, just call us all Mel. We good. I bet all the Melanies and Melodies will answer. Okay. Aaron said, I think other natural dye with bugs is lac or lake. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what bugs they are. Goodness. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right, we're after 3:30. I'm going to finish this row. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I disturbed someone. And then I have to go check the Facebook group out because pictures. There's new pictures for me to look at. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you guys so much. Even after all this time, sometimes I'm like, wonder if anybody will show up. And you guys always do. Chris said, yeah, tea is the same way. Let's take these leaves out, let them dry, put water over them, and drink the brown water. Oh, good. Esme Cat just got back. Mandy said, well, in a little bit. I'm on the thumb of 2. Oh, my goodness. Okay, wait a minute. I just said I was going to finish this row. What am I doing? Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you so much. And I always have fun and I learn so much. And I do know how to say cochineal. I just don't like it. It just feels awkward every time I try to say it. So, okay, thanks, you guys, and I will see you soon. I hope, anyways. I love you. Bye.